What's going on, guys? Sekapoko here, bringing you another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. So I woke up, we got info on the new treasure mode, which is going to, of course, be Coliseum, treasure mode, Smoothie, and Oven. And we thought it was going to be Daifuku and Oven, but it's actually Smoothie and Oven, so that's kind of cool. And then we also got information on the new Legend Cracker. So guys, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into it. Alright guys, so let's just kick things off right away, of course, with the new Legend Cracker. My first thought on this unit is that artwork's pretty sick. I'm liking it. It's nice. It's very nice. Okay. He's going to be a powerhouse and slasher unit. He's going to have a new support ability, as well as, look, fire. So I'm all around just liking him. He's going to have strength damage reduction, anti-heal reduction, as well as critical strike. So not really the best limit breaks. I like the anti-heal on there and the damage reduction. Crit, in my opinion, is one of those kind of worthless limit breaks, but it's what you gonna do. Every blue moon it does help, but very, very, very rarely. It's like less than 1% of times that you're using it actually helps. Then we get Cracker's going to be a quick unit again. He's going to max out at 3,962 HP, 1,794 attack, as well as 425 recovery. He is going to max out at 16 turns at max limit break, which is a very high turn count and kind of an interesting thing. But when I read his special ability, I was like, oh, that makes sense. Okay, that's fair. Cracker's captain ability is going to boost the attack of powerhouse characters by 3.75 and the HP of fighter, slasher, and striker characters, as well as shooter characters, by 1.35. So I don't really like the HP. I don't really like the HP restriction on this at all. Honestly, it's kind of lame. That part I don't like. It's just limiting powerhouse characters from that point. You cannot use a powerhouse cerebral unit if you. I mean, they don't exist, but whatever. Powerhouse driven unit. That's like Big Mom, and that's pretty much it. I think there's like one other unit, like Pika maybe. Free spirit unit. I think there's one of those in the game. Maybe. Or a powerhouse unit, Kappa. So, I mean, it doesn't really cut out too many units in the game. I mean, it just cuts out Big Mom, essentially, for powerhouse driven, and then not too many other characters besides Oven. No, sorry. Anything that's powerhouse driven and powerhouse cerebral. I don't think powerhouse cerebral is even a thing. I have to check, maybe. Overall, I mean, the HP restriction on the captain, it was kind of unnecessary, and it just like limits you not being able to bring certain units, which is kind of weird to me. But it's neither here nor there. Let's go ahead and move on to the next set of parts of the units. So the special ability is, at first glance, I hated it, and then I started reading. I read it again, and I loved it, and then I read it again, and then I thought it was okay. So essentially, he's going to change empty, block, bomb, recovery, and G orbs and own orb into matching. So it will swap all the empty on your entire crew, the block on your entire crew, bomb, recovery, and G, all of those to matching. So if it's a colored orb, it will not switch it to matching, unfortunately. So that's just not going to work out for you. So what I was like, oh, that's crap, dude, that sucks really bad. And then I was like, oh, wait, you can use Cracker Captain, and then you can use Germa subs, and that's full matching. Because the way it's going to work is if you have the Judge Friend Captain, which gives you Psi matching or Tandem Meat matching, basically, and all the Germa subs on that team, that's a full color matching team. So I understand now. It took me a second to figure out exactly what it was, and I was like, oh, that makes sense. Because if you can rock this guy as a captain and then like a Judge Friend Captain or vice versa, then you're going to be set, and it'll be okay. So overall, I liked it after that point, but before that, I was like, if your captain is a fighter, slasher, striker, or shooter, can't use him with a Judge Friend Captain. Oh, this is the part where I was like, no. This is the part where I was like, this sucks. We can use him with a Judge Friend Captain. You just have to be smart about it, which is the problem. So the nice thing about that new Germanji Captain is that he is a fighter and powerhouse unit, but you can't use Judge like a regular 6-star Judge as a captain. So unfortunately, if you're trying to use a Judge Captain, that's not going to work out for you. But if you are trying to use a Germanji Captain, that will work out for you. So I was like, okay, that's fine. I guess they have to like keep with the meta. And okay, I was a little sad about not being able to use normal Judge or a 6+ Judge, but You probably could, it's just not nearly as effective. Then going into the rest of this is where it gets amazing. So it's going to add 1.1 times chain multiplier for 2 turns, and if your captain is a free spirit, driven, cerebral, or powerhouse character, boost the color affinity of those classes by 1.75 for 2 turns. So essentially, he's a color affinity and chain boosting character, which is actually a very, 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 very good unit. My first thought was like, nah, that's so good. And then over time, and I kept reading it, and I was like, okay, this is actually extremely good, because the way that you're going to be able to use this unit is that you can have any one of these classes as a sub: fighter, slasher, striker, shooter. Perfect. And then you actually, the interesting thing is that free spirit, driven, cerebral, powerhouse is the other end of the spectrum, which is kind of good, but like having to have one type of captain means like Luffy, like Gear 4 Luffy would be a great captain for this unit. And then you can also use like Nami as a sub or something like that if you wanted to. But a type boost or boost character would be the most effective way of getting everything done. Alright guys, so let's go over chain boosting just very quickly. Initially, when you have any kind of chain boost, what you're going to do is you're going to have your first hit going to be at a 1 times multiplier. But then the next hit is going to be at a 1.3 times multiplier. And I'm sure you've seen that before. Every time you hit a perfect, it'll be 1.3, then 1.6, etc. So that means that it's going to boil down to adding 0.3 every single hit. Very simple math that you're just going to go 1.3, 1.6, 1.9, 2.2, and then 2.5. So with a chain boosting effect, it's very simple. You're going to actually go for the first hit, it's going to be at a 1 times multiplier again, and the chain boost is then going to add, on the second hit, it'll be your 1.1 times boost. So 1.1 plus the then 0.3, so that gets you at a 2.4 times multiplier. So essentially, your first hit is at 1 times, and your second hit will be a 2.4 times, and then keep going throughout the chain. It'll add 0.3 to your chain multiplier for every single perfect after that point, just like normal, and you go 2.7, 3, 3.3, and 3.6 times, essentially making it so your last 2 hits are stronger than a Tesoro chain lock, and the second 3 hits are making it as strong or stronger than a 3 times chain lock. So in the equivalence, what you wanted to know how strong a 1.1 chain boost is, it is as strong or stronger than a 3 times chain lock as far as damage goes. In that, essentially, your third 3 hits are going to be. Our second 3 hits are going to be stronger than they would be normally with a 3 times chain lock, and to me that is more valuable because there's a lot of bosses out there with great barriers, good barriers, etc., and this will help you get a little bit more damage. However, with a good barrier, you're going to have a decreased amount of chain boosting effect. On a good, you get a 1.1 times boost, so instead of adding 0.3, it would be a 1.1. You would add 0.1, and then on a great you add 0.2, etc. So you get a lot less out of it with hitting those good, great, and perfect. So overall, that's how chain boosting works, and it is really valuable for characters with barriers. It's really valuable for bosses with barriers. And the next unit of the day is going to be the new Powerhouse Slasher Oven and Smoothie unit. Very, very cool. I like it. We thought it was going to be Oven and Daifuku based off the original like artwork, and there was like a teapot. You can see the teapot in the background. That teapot, I was like, maybe that's kind of alluding to how it could be Daifuku, and it's probably maybe it could be that. And then the hair kind of going off kind of looked like Daifuku. So there was a lot of like undertones that it could be, but the fact that it's Smoothie, I like a little bit better, actually. It's actually really cool. I wasn't going to be the biggest fan of Daifuku. I honestly think there's just too many Daifukus in the game already. So the fact that we're getting another Smoothie is nice. I mean, we have 3 now, but that's all good. The captain ability for this character when you pop a special, of course, to get the dual unit is going to be a 3.75 times attack to quick, psi, and int characters, and recover 3 times the character's H recovery at the end of every turn. Now, this is actually really good because the character at max limit break is going to have 437 recovery, 3052 attack, and 3052 HP and 1658 attack. She and he are going to max out at 14 turns and are going to be Powerhouse Slasher when you pop the special. The reason this is really good is because if you give this character recovery candies, which you definitely should give this character recovery candies. It's fucking obvious. Please give this character recovery candies. At max recovery candies, that means that she and he are going to heal for an additional 1,500 or 604? 14? 4? 12. 2? 12? 12? 11. Yeah, 11. 1,511. I'm doing the math in my head. I think it's 1,511. 1,511 recovery per Smoothie and Oven now on your team. So if you have double Smoothie and Oven, that means you're going to heal for a total of 3,022. And then if you do have max auto heal, that's 4,022 per turn, giving this character a huge amount of healing. The problem, of course, is this unit does not have any HP boost, so there's not a lot of tankiness, but you do get a large amount of healing per turn, giving you a nice amount of tankiness. So the only issue is you're going to have an issue trying to find meat orbs, etc., and going over this. And the other issue of this is that this is only if you pop the dual unit. So overall, only if you pop the dual unit is kind of annoying, but getting the recovery candies is definitely a needed boost, because when you use this character and get the recovery on this character, that basically helps you get a mini heal after death damage, which is going to be very, very useful. So the fact that this character is a free-to-play unit, I thought was really weird initially, and then I was like, oh wait, you can only use the recovery on basically a death damage hit or something to that effect in order to get the extra heal. But otherwise, you're not actually getting any healing throughout the run, so this character's not an OP unit where you can just stall on one stage like Cavendish, Barto. Yes, I read your YouTube comments. And of course, and Warco. So it's not like one of those characters, not extremely OP where you can just zombie stall on a stage with a super high damage multiplier. The captain ability for Just Smoothie is going to be a 3 times attack to Psy units and 2.5 times attack to Quick and Int units, and the Oven unit is going to have a 3 times attack to Quick as well as a 2.5 times attack to Psy and Int. The switch ability for this is actually a very interesting one that I really do like. It's going to treat Quick, Psy, and Int orbs as matching, as well as add 20 times attack at the end of the turn. What that means is that if there is a character with resilience on the field, or if there's a lot of characters on the field that you can't actually do damage to, like a large amount of characters with fixed hits on them, and they have one fixed hit and you have 5 units bound or whatever, I don't know what, maybe something crazy goes on and you just can't kid them all, and they only have 1 HP, you can use a swap on this character and it might do a little bit of damage. So it's not fixed damage, but it does, it does help a little bit, and I do like that. The other thing that's nice is that a beneficial orb enable on a swap is a very, very nice mechanic, because especially getting 3 orbs as matching, I really like that. And it's actually, I think, a universal orb matching. So the fact that you get a swap and then getting everybody having a universal Quick, Psy, and Int orb matching is a really interesting thing. So that means that this character, if you consider her just an orb manipulator, or her and him, then you put this character in your team and use a swap. That is actually a huge, huge thing when using this character as a sailor. Getting a beneficial orb enable as well as for 3 different orbs. So that's really nice, and that's for all characters in the game. So overall, that's huge. The special ability is going to be appearance of Quick Psy orbs by increase the appearance of Quick and Psy orbs by 2 turns slightly, and boost the attack of Quick Psy and Int orbs by 2 times for 2 turns, as well as turn into Smoothie and Oven for 2 turns. So as a captain, they're not bringing in the 3-turn captain ability, making it so that you can pop 1 captain ability in one room and 1 in another room, which making this character more of a sailor, but kind of one of those characters like, oh man, I wish this was a little bit better. But there are a lot of positives to this unit. So overall, I really do like this unit. This is not going to be a good judge friend captain, but could be a really good character that would be a good friend captain to the new Legend Cracker. And the new Legend Cracker, because he is a quick unit that allows you to just like swap between the 2 and actually get damage boost on your Cracker as well as your team, but you kind of have to build a Quick Psy and Int powerhouse team, and that could work. So there are a lot of other ways to work around this unit. There's not really a slasher captain that you can kind of hybrid this unit. There's not a lot of characters that you can hybrid in otherwise. The only other character that you could possibly work with this unit is going to be version 2 Aokiji. And version 2 Aokiji is kind of outdated at this point, but he's still a very strong unit, even though he does start at a lower multiplier, go to a higher multiplier, and is a color-based captain. This unit is actually a perfect unit for him because the switching ability with Oven and Smoothie is allowing you to get extra damage. And I believe the Oven is the quick unit and the Smoothie is the Psy unit. I'm not 100%, I gotta check. I'm pretty sure, but we didn't get that information on the Reddit, and I was looking for it for a few minutes, but I couldn't find it. But I'm pretty sure that's the case. So it does work out on a version 2 Aokiji team, and this character would be a good hybrid character for that. But version 2 Aokiji getting more and more outdated as far as time goes on, but you still get this full orb manipulation as well as the orb beneficial enable and the 2.25 times damage boost. And this character doesn't have any conflicts with that because this is an orb boost. So overall, this is a very good character that you can use on a version 2 Aokiji team, or a character that you can use as a friend captain for a version 2 Aokiji if you just do not have the captain. But otherwise, I do like the unit, no problems here. It's a very strong free-to-play unit, one of the top free-to-play units in the game, and the beneficial orb enable that you're getting on this character is really interesting, and I very much like it because the switching effect right here is very, very nice. And being able to get a beneficial orb enable that you can bring in, that you can just swap real quickly and make it so that you don't have to deal with any kind of negative effects that a boss may do on a death damage hit would be really nice to have, especially since beneficial orb enable characters are kind of rare. They're not super rare, but they're, as far as characters go, for giving you a beneficial orb enable buff, that is actually pretty rare. But otherwise, no problems. Really like this unit. Really like the new legend as well. It's really nice. Alright guys, well my name is Sekapoko, thank you so much for watching, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, of course, go ahead and hit the like button down below, and of course the subscribe button above or below, and if you guys do want to support the channel. Thank you guys so much for watching, have a great rest of your day. Peace.